this obsession between Ghana and Jamaica? Really? What is this strong link between this African country and this small Caribbean island that makes the ties so unique and so strong? The majority of the enslaved Africans that were brought to Jamaica
Yeah. This one's for Wagwan, man. This one for Jamaica, man. Shout out to Jamaica. Our prayers are going to be with you guys during this time right now. They're dealing with a really powerful hurricane. It just reached Category 5 today. Lord. As soon as it started hitting landfall. So prayers for Jamaica.
Prayers for Jamaica and get those white hands off of the weather machine.
I did see a video of it was
it's convenient, ain't it?
Yeah. There was still people at a resort in Ocho Rios, and people were like squabbling to get food and stuff like that. And you just see like it's so wild. Let me see if I can find a video. Hold on, Ocho Rio Resort brawl, maybe.
You know what that just made me think of?
I know. Oh man, is it Montgomery Ball?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can hear that song again. That song needs to be Hurricane. I probably need to go on TikTok.
I'm about to say you gotta go on social media for that. You know
I'm still old at heart. I'll be up here.
Everything is going to move to Africa if you don't invest.
If that's a fact.
Hold on. In 5 years, it's too late. We're talking about 2 billion people at the time. We're talking about 900 million smartphones. We're talking about high-speed internet access growing from 25% to 70% by the year 2030. We're talking about 40% of the world's youth being in Africa by 2030. 40% of the world's youth. That means content creators and content consumers. So that's an ongoing cycle that keeps growing because content creators, the creative economy is, the creator economy is huge. Over 40 million creators in Africa, creating everything from YouTube videos, short form, gaming. That's all taking place in Africa. Now the key is, like he said, like everybody said, the key is that we have to get used to exporting our goods and services, not our talent. We got to keep the talent at home. We got to keep exporting the goods and services that we create, and we have ownership of. So those models need to change. You can't produce movies for $50 million, $100 million, and expect to make money for investors. It doesn't work. With all the streamers out there, with TV ratings going down, you have to adapt to a new model that services content consumption the way it was meant to be. You have to meet the consumer where they are now, not 30 years ago.
I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Boris Kojo, man. Yeah, I seen this clip actually before. I meant to share it with you guys too, but he's absolutely right.
I think we did. Because I remember watching it.
Okay. I don't remember if we played it on here. It might have been something we sent to each other or something, because I'm not sure we put it on here. You put it on here? Okay. But yeah. Let me show you guys.
Word on the street, these girls are drugs.
Is this it?
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included. But now,
yeah, it's. I don't think this was it.
Look how long the line be. Look how long the line be. Where real people do to the people.
Why is she frozen?
Them. Look how long the line be. Look how long the line be. Where real people do to the people them. Because of Melissa. Look where the line I come from. Look here. No tell me how wickedness is. Look up on me. Jesus Christ, look down this one. And look. How wickedness is this.
So this is a resort at the this is their dinner line for them to get food.
What?
Yeah. This is just for them to get food for them at the resort, and then there was a video like it did end up getting like bad or whatever. But you know, you know, it's sad, man, because it's like, bro, a Category 5 hurricane is nothing
like
to fuck
Katrina.
with. Yeah, like honestly, Katrina was I think a Category 3 when it hit New Orleans. It was just the fact that New Orleans is just a
No, I think it started off as 3, and I think it went up to 5.
what?
But they didn't tell people that until it was time to evacuate, I believe.
And Katrina when it hit NOLA. Yeah, so it was a Category 3, but the problem with New Orleans...
But it peaked as a Category 5.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so it reached Category 5 status with sustained winds up to 175 miles per hour. Yeah, that's insane. But that was its peak. But when it hit New Orleans, it was a Category 3. But let me see. It had peaked a Category 5 storm over the Gulf of Mexico. When it made landfall near Burris, Louisiana, it sustained winds to 125. So it came down to a 3. But the problem with New Orleans is that it's in the shape of a bowl. You know what I mean? So like it's already like below sea level and stuff like that. It's like just that area was just not designed to take what it got. You know what I mean?
Designed to sabotage black people.
With that part.
If necessary. They're like, why flood a whole nother town when we could just build a town
Right.
below sea level?
Right. Honestly, man, like
There goes my conspiracies again.
Right. But legitimate conspiracies though. You know, my heart goes out to the people of Jamaica. I was actually just in Jamaica last year. A friend of mine got married, and you
All
know,
the cool places are getting ruined before I can go. I haven't even been to Cali.
haven't been to Cali?
No. Now it's gone.
Yeah. I have my thoughts about Cali, but go to San Diego. That's nice. Everything else is like, you know.
For the experience.
San Francisco smells like shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like it literally smells like a boo boo outside every.
It smell like blue planes.
Yo, yes. Oh God. If you yes,
tell
it's
me why.
everywhere though.
When I
Like
said the wind was blowing the other day, I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, that smell like shit. My shit.
Right.
I'm a little ways away from blue
Right.
planes. Before I was like, if the wind is blowing, you
Man.
gonna smell that shit. I was like, that shit stinks.
yeah, no.
For the whole goddamn city.
Yeah, San Francisco smell like shit. The whole city smell like shit. I'm like, how the fuck do y'all
Built
live
on
here?
the septic tank.
Basic, a lot of homelessness, a lot of like, there's a lot of shit that happened in San Francisco. It like peaked where it got just too expensive for a lot of people, and there was a lot of issues in San Fran. But yeah, San Diego's nice. LA, you might get robbed, but you know, prayers. Don't wear the wrong color. I almost got robbed in LA last time I went. Yeah, shit was almost got set up, but the niggas were from back home, so we were cool. Literally back home saved me. Anyway, all right. Anyway, sorry to get distracted, guys. But yeah, prayers for Jamaica. Yeah, Category 5 hurricane hitting Jamaica is no bueno. There has to be something. There has to be some kind of technology or something that we can create to help prevent. Because this is not going to be
Weather machine.
right. This problem is not going to stop. Right.
This
So
problem
like,
was intentional.
yeah.
We'll find out later why.
Right. Yeah. Jamaica just has so much love, so much culture, so much impact on the entire world. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know, prayers. Now, I did want to get into this video. It seemed pretty interesting. It said Jamaica became mini Africa in the Caribbean. So just so we can like see the correlation with Jamaica and the continent of Africa, like there's always been some kind of like similar, you know, traditions and roots and stuff like that. You could tell like a lot of it came from Africa. Like even in the music, you know, we just played, you know, some Bob, we just played some Buju. Like even some of their classic reggaeton artists, you know what I mean, they all had a tremendous, you know, admiration and love for Africa and wanting to get back to Africa and stuff like that. So they were really early to the game, honestly, when it comes to that. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Oh, we forgot to do an intro.
Hey guys!
Hi. Completely forgot. We got right to it. Guys, welcome to another episode of the Top Hill Live. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Live, aka Imani Raw.
And I am D. Carmen.
D. Carmen in the building. Yes, sir. Yeah, guys. If you guys don't know, this show is all about bridging the gap between the cultures from Africans on the continent and Africans in the diaspora. This is the hub. This is where we come to meet. This is where we come to learn, grow, share with each other and stuff like that. So we have a lot of amazing things coming for you guys down the pipe. This episode, we're going to touch a little bit on Jamaica. Prayers up for Jamaica. Also, we're going to go to Nigeria. We have been away from Nigeria for too long. Sorry, Niger. You know what I mean? But we coming back. We're going to holler at you guys for a little bit. And then we're going to, of course, go down to South Africa as well, too. So, stay tuned. If you guys do have some other suggestions for us, don't be afraid to put it in the comments. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. And, yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start off with this. And if you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let's get into it.
To work on sugar plantations. Around 30% of enslaved persons coming to Jamaica were of Igbo descent, and about 20% of enslaved persons sent to Jamaica were of Congo descent. Yams are a big part of Igbo culture, and enslaved Igbo people brought these foodstuffs with them. The word for a specific type of yam called himba in Jamaica derives from the word mba, which means yam root. The Bakongo...
I don't want to sound stupid.
No, you good.
I wonder, like, how they went about... I mean, I'm sure they just did.
Uh-huh.
They just did it, but, what the process and what it looked like taking food from Africa to other countries during the, slave trade,
Yeah.
considering, the conditions.
I don't know if they took specifically the food or if they just took the knowledge. You know what I mean? Where they had, where they have, the African...
Seeds?
Maybe they did take seeds. Or, I'm sure the slaves did it. Maybe the colonizers did. Maybe they was like, okay, maybe we need to keep their level of diet or something like
I'm
that.
hungry.
Right. Or they could just a lot of these climates, you're coming from Africa, coming to the Caribbean, and in the Americas, some of these climates have similar things. So I know we have the African yam, and then there's a sweet potato or something like that. They the same thing and nothing. No, I mean they had the African yam.
Oh, I was gonna say
they had the African yam. I misspoke, but I think there's just some things that were similar that they were able to just make do with what was on the land, and it's okay, hey, we could use this. I'm familiar with this, and just I think it was more so their knowledge of how to make things, and they just incorporated it here. Because even in Jamaica, I forgot the name of the dish, but there's a dish that Jamaicans make that is very similar to traditional Ghanaian food as well too. You know what I mean? So it's hundreds of years later, they're still eating this same similar type of food. They're called different names, but they have similar. You know what I mean?
Losing recipes.
Right.
Okay.
also contributed a lot to culture as well, especially in terms of dance.
To answer this question, I think we should cover the character of the Maroons. They were strong and resilient people who we know were rejecting colonial rule. We're talking about the kind of people that had no problem using their voices. They fought back against the British forces in Jamaica, and now they were having to advocate for themselves in Nova Scotia. Even after signing treaty after treaty, we know that they were betrayed. They were never given the things that they were promised between the weather and the scarce resources. So they ended up petitioning the British government to relocate them to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone was an option because Britain had already established a colony there called Freetown. Freetown was home to other freed Black people, including Black loyalists who also struggled in Nova Scotia. Based on my research, the Jamaican Maroons arrived in Freetown, Sierra Leone in the year 1800, and from there they started contributing to the community.
What is this obsession between Ghana and Jamaica? Really, what is this strong link between this African country and this small Caribbean island that makes the ties so unique and so strong? The majority of the enslaved Africans that were brought to Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the music in the background. Yeah,
No, the like high pitch.
To enter the slave economy were from the Ashanti and the Akan regions of Ghana. So there is a direct historical genealogical tie between Jamaicans and Ghana from that perspective. Secondly, there is this obsession with reggae music all across the continent of Africa for sure, but talking about Ghana, Ghanaians really do love reggae and dancehall, and that is because a lot of the lyrics in reggae and dancehall talk about struggle, talk about poverty, rising from the ground, rising from the dirt to overcome many difficulties.
Sabi business? Everybody sabi. Everybody sabi. Right? So if you look at the an interview that I did with the Maroon from Motown, you will see us talking about Sabi this and Sabi that. Right? Sabi means no in old Jamaican, in case the old Jamaicans don't, the young Jamaicans don't know that. Sabi is a standard word to mean no in old-fashioned Jamaica. And Sabi is of course originally Portuguese, just like picking. But of course, in the early contact situation, the Portuguese played a particular role. And therefore, you get some of these Portuguese borrowings. They came into the language once very early on, and they've been transmitted from St. Kitts, Barbados, to Suriname, to Jamaica, Western Jamaica, back to West Africa.
They tried to drown Africa in the Atlantic, but you can't kill a drumbeat. For 400 good years, they told us Jamaica was just a Caribbean island, a tropical getaway of Mali and Jack chicken, but nobody told you that when a Rastafarian chants Nyabingi, he's speaking in Central Africa rhythms. Nobody told you that Burna Boy's reggae fusion isn't collaboration, it is homecoming. Nobody told you that from Congo to Kingston, the ancestors never stopped talking, they just switched languages. Today, the conversation is louder than ever. Ghana to Jamaica, Lagos to Trenchtown, the circle is closing and the West is terrified of what happens when Africa and the diaspora remember they are the same people. This is the story they don't want you to know. So share it everywhere. And guys, I got a couple of clips I want us to watch and then I'll be back, we discuss everything. This is the Bantu Merchant.
From the 1750s onward, more Igbo and Bakongo were brought to work on sugar plantations. Around 30% of enslaved persons coming to Jamaica were of Igbo descent, and about 20% of enslaved persons sent to Jamaica were of Bakongo descent. Yams are a big part of Igbo culture, and enslaved Igbo people brought these foodstuffs with them. The word for a specific type of yam called himba in Jamaica derives from the word mba, which means yam root. The Bakongo also contributed a lot to culture as well, especially in terms of dance. This right here is a dance called the Dinkimini, originally called Ndingi in Kikongo. It's usually performed in funerals to cheer up the family of the deceased. It's also an erotic dance with a lot of hip movements to basically exemplify that at the end of the day, death is always defeated because, baby making will always win out. Feel free to comment and like for more routes to go.
It's even Jamaica Independence Day.
I beg your pardon.
We're basically even the same, we're really even the same. Jamaica and Congo need to make it even one Independence Day. Cause bleaching, Jamaica do it, Congo do it. Ed Hardy, Jamaica do it, Congo do it. Colorful clothes, Jamaica do it, Congo do it. We need to just make it one Independence Day because you not having your one, you not having your one. Sexy coquette and shake dancing, we both do it. We're the same country, but we don't even know it. We're one. Make our Independence Day joint, make it unified. Unity, do unity.
There's something that's been sitting heavy on my heart. Something that's been sitting proper heavy on my heart, yeah. And I think I need to address this and I want us to speak about it. There is a family lineage and there is a connection between Congolese people and Jamaican people. Mama Skiliowski! I said it. There is a connection between the Zomba class and the Raj class. There is a connection.
The Zumba class and the
I'm
Raj
telling you,
class.
I'm telling you, I'm taking this for free. Because them guys bleach, we bleach.
Huh?
There were
Wait.
What? Questionable.
That's not
clothes.
Bro, that's not something.
You just slid that in there.
That's not something that you.
He said, "Real, hold on.
Oh
Flag
my
on the
God.
play. Flag on the play."
Right, bro.
Because he did not just slide that in.
Why did he say that?
We all bleach.
Like, bro.
Whoa.
I don't know.
What happened to gatekeeping? What?
Bruh, I don't know if that's what connects y'all,
I don't
but
think so, but-
I don't think that's what it is. But
Let him cook, I guess.
yeah, I guess maybe the teaching of hating your blackness. I mean, that was universal, But yeah, Yeesh.
God, pillars, that's different. But we're related. We're definitely related, and I promise you, we're related. Them I like having a lot of kids. Congolese people like having a lot of kids.
Bruh.
They like eating. Congolese people like, bro, do you know what? Like, they love wearing.
Did you know that
His
after
face.
slavery
He's
ended
like,
in
okay,
Jamaica,
we're done.
thousands
We're
of
done
people
here.
in Congo were brought to the island as indentured laborers? It's a little-known chapter of Caribbean history that shaped Jamaica's culture. In the 1840s, plantation owners were desperate for workers. They turned to Africa, recruiting Congolese people with promises of wages and return passage. These laborers faced harsh conditions and broken promises. Many never made it back home. But their legacy lives on. Congolese influences can be seen in Jamaican music, dance, and even language. Next time you hear Jamaican patois, listen closely. Some words have roots tracing back to Congo. It's a powerful reminder of the diverse threads woven into Jamaica's rich cultural tapestry. St. Thomas people, you guys are large. Like Skillybang says, it's all about the east side. So unruly.
To answer this question, I think we should cover the character of the Maroons. They were strong and resilient people who we know were rejecting colonial rule. We're talking about the kind of people that had no problem using their voices. They fought back against the British forces in Jamaica, and now they were having to advocate for themselves in Nova Scotia. Even after signing treaty after treaty, we know that they were betrayed. They were never given the things that they were promised between the weather and the scarce resources. So they ended up petitioning the British government to relocate them to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone was an option because Britain had already established a colony there called Freetown. Freetown was home to other freed black people, including black Maroons, as well as other one that.
In Creole, we say, them deya, we deya, adeya. In Patois, they say, how you do. In Creole, we say, how you do. Little history lesson. And if you're Sierra Leonean, you probably already know this. Sierra Leoneans are descendants of Fred African Americans and Afro Caribbeans. Jamaican Maroons, enslaved to Jamaicans, fled to Sierra Leone. The capital of Sierra Leone is Freetown. Land of the free, you get it. So Jamaicans, now we fumble.
What is this obsession between Ghana and Jamaica?
All right, so I mean, you guys get the point, right? So like, there's clearly a connection, you know what I mean, between Jamaica and back home, and I think Jamaica, just because of their powerful influence in culture and music, they were able to like really, you know, highlight a lot of the Pan-African movement and you know, Back to Africa movement, stuff like that, very, very early. I mean, even if you think about the legendary Marcus Garvey, you know what I mean, Marcus Garvey was a Jamaican man, you know what I mean, who came to America, created the Black Star newspaper and line, and ship as well too. He had his own ship line, and his plan was,
Hold on. Ship?
Yeah, ships. Like he had his own ships.
Like ships? Like
yeah, like big boats.
Big boats.
yeah.
Oh. How about that?
Yeah, Marcus. He wasn't just talking that shit. He was really about that shit. He's like, yo, we about to go back. So, he was gathering a lot of
Marcus's arc.
Marcus Garvey, black.
If they made an arc for all the black people to go back to Africa at the same time, they would have found a way to blow that bitch up.
And they did.
Huh?
The Black Star Line was a shipping company founded by Marcus Garvey in 1919 to create a global network for black people, connecting the Americas, Caribbean, and Africans through trade and travel. It's the first ship was the SS Yarmouth, later renamed the SS Frederick Douglass. While the venture ultimately failed due to financial struggles, cap, mismanagement, cap, and sabotage, true, it became a powerful symbol of black pride, economic empowerment, and the Pan-African unity. So he created this ship to do trade between, you know, black people and stuff like that. You know, as, you know, white people back at that time were white people in, they're like, yeah, fuck that, you know. So
not on my watch.
They deported Marcus Garvey back to Jamaica and got rid of the Star Line. Matter of fact, a lot of Jamaicans know this, but let me just get the official document. How
did he die?
Did Marcus Garvey die? He died to having multiple strokes, but they said that, you know, as he was like, once he was in custody and they sent him back, he was very, very unwell. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't the same as he was in America. You know? So, do with that as you will. You know what I mean?
And he died in the UK.
Yeah, very interesting. Mm-hmm.
That's some shit.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Marcus Garvey, man. But yeah, legendary figure. But like, yeah, that the Black Star Line shipment and stuff like that. So when people were saying like back in the days, like black people were trying, they were doing stuff, they were really doing stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of our history is hidden. This is not something that's taught in our school systems or anything like that. Like, you have to actually like dig to find some of this stuff. Like, I mean, if all of us knew that, like, oh shoot, like there was a ship line and our own media and all this stuff to like connect the black people across the world, not just here in America, but he was like, he knew that we needed strength in numbers. So he's like, we're going to collaborate with black Americans, the Caribbean, and Africans. And we can do this on our own. Africa has all the natural resources. You know, black people in America, we have our knowledge. Caribbean have people in their knowledge. Just like, yeah, just come together and make it work. We don't need them. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, they knew that. In the same way how they bombed Tulsa, Oklahoma.
They blew shit up.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So shout out to the Jamaicans, man. Like I said, a lot of you guys have been so forward thinking. I don't know if it had to do with a lot of like, even during the Haitian Revolution, I know Jamaica helped a lot of the Haitians as well too.
Like
Doing that. Yeah, exactly. So there's a bond between them as well too, which you just learn more about geography and history. You can just see how a lot of this stuff starts, tying in together and stuff. So, but yeah, shout out to Jamaica, man. Round of applause, and a shout out to this guy right here, the Bantu Merchant. Thank you for putting these clips together, man. Super dope. Yeah. All right.
Hill, top, hill.